Dear children, how are you? Keeping fine? Okay. Today we can continue the chapter Resources and Development with the topic Soil. You might have gone through the previous videos. If not, please go through them. I have given the link in the description box. Let's start. You have studied in the previous classes about the importance of soil. Which are they? Yes. It is the most important renewable natural resource. It is the medium of plant growth and it supports different types of living organisms on the earth. You may know the factors that help in the formation of soil. They are relief features, parent rock or bedrock, climate, different type of vegetations and organisms, time and various forces of nature. Can you memorize some of such forces? Yes. Change in temperature, actions of running water, wind, glaciers, activities of decomposers, etc. Soil consists of organic components, that is humus, and inorganic materials such as sand and silt. Let's discuss about the classification of soils. Classification of soil is on the basis of the factors responsible for the soil formation, color, thickness, age, chemical and physical properties. We studied the soil is formed when rocks are broken down by the action of wind, water and climate. So, the characteristic features of soil depend upon the parent rock or the rock from which it has been formed, the climatic realms and the type of plants that grow in it. The soils of India can be classified in different types. Can you say the types of soils? Yes. Alluvial soil, black soil, red and yellow soils, laterite soil, arid soil and forest soil. Let's study about them in detail. The first one is alluvial soil. It is the mostly available soil in India. About 43% is alluvial soil. It is widespread in the northern plains and river valleys and in deltas and estuaries of peninsular India. What do you know about the fertility of alluvial soil? Yes, of course. It is highly fertile because it is transported and deposited by rivers, streams, etc. It is rich in potash, phosphoric acid and lime, which are ideal for the growth of sugarcane, paddy, wheat and other cereal and pulse crops. In texture, it is sandy to silty loam or clay. According to their age, they can be divided into two: old alluvial soil, that is Bangar, and new alluvial soil, that is Khadar. Khadar, that is the newly formed alluvial soil, is more fertile. Then what is the next type? Yes, black soil. From the very name itself, it is clear that it is black in color. It is also known as rigor soil or black cotton soil. Rigor means cotton, that is, it is the best soil for cotton cultivation. Most of the Deccan region is occupied by black soil. It is made up of lava flows and is clayey in texture. It is well known for its capacity to hold moisture and is rich in soil nutrients like calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash and lime. Black soil cover the plateaus of Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Malwa, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and extend in the southeast direction along the Godavari and the Krishna valleys. The deep cracks during the hot weather helps in the aeration of the soil. Then the red and yellow soils. Red soils develop on crystalline igneous rocks in areas of low rainfall in the eastern and southern parts of the Deccan Plateau. Its reddish color is due to diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. It looks yellow when it occurs in a hydrated form. This soil is good for the cultivation of wheat, cotton, pulses, potato, etc. The fourth one is laterite soil. The word laterite derives from the Latin word later, which means brick. It is rich in iron and aluminium, formed in hot and wet tropical areas. Because of iron oxides, they are rusty red. Due to high temperature, most of the microorganisms like bacteria, the decomposer, get destroyed. So, the content of humus is low. Red laterite soils are suitable for crops like cashew nuts, rubber, coconut, coffee, etc. These soils are mainly found in Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, and the hilly areas of Orissa and Assam. The next type is arid soils or desert soils. In color, this soil ranges from red to brown. They are generally sandy in texture and saline in nature. It lacks moisture and humus. The conker or impure calcium carbonate content is high, which restricts the infiltration of water. Arid soil is found in Rajasthan and some parts of Gujarat. After proper irrigation, arid soil becomes cultivable. For example, western Rajasthan, after the construction of Indira Gandhi Canal, there is a lot of fields. The next one is, or the last one is, the forest soils. Forest soils are found in the hilly and mountainous regions of high rainfall. They are loamy and silty in valley sides and coarse grained in the upper slopes. Forest soil experience denudation in the snow-covered regions of Himalayas. Can you say what is denudation? It is the breaking and removing the rocks from the surface of the earth. Forest soils are acidic with low humus content. Fertile soils are found in the lower part of the valley. They are good for gardening. Now, let's discuss about soil erosion. Dear ones, just now we see denudation. Then, what is the difference between denudation and soil erosion? In short, we can say denudation is weathering plus erosion. If so, what is weathering and erosion? Weathering is the process of decomposition of rocks into smaller particles, and erosion is the movement of rocks and the weathered materials due to natural agents like rivers, glaciers, wind, etc. Thus, denudation is the breaking and removing of the rocks from the surface of the earth. The process of soil formation and erosion go on simultaneously. Generally, there is a balance between the two. But sometimes this natural balance would be disturbed due to human activities like deforestation, overgrazing, construction and mining, etc. We discussed it in the previous class. Thus, there would be much more soil erosion. Gullies and landform created by running water eroding deeply into soil, typically on a hillside. Can you say what is bad land? Yes, exactly. The land which is unfit for cultivation is known as bad land. The bad lands in the Chambal basin is called ravines. That means in ravine, vegetation is impossible due to infertility of the land. When water flows as a sheet down a slope and as a result the topsoil is washed away, such an erosion is called sheet erosion. The removal of soil mostly on flat land in dry or sandy areas due to wind is known as wind erosion. The other reasons for soil erosion are defective methods of farming, ploughing in a wrong way, etc. Then which are the types of soil erosion? Yes, gully erosion, sheet erosion, and wind erosion. Dear children, can you say the causes of soil erosion? Yes, right. Human activities like deforestation, overgrazing, construction and mining, defective methods of farming, etc. Then second one, natural forces like wind, glacier and water. And the third one, the running water. So, it is necessary to check soil erosion, isn't it? If so, how can we check soil erosion? Or which are the measures of soil conservation? The first one is contour ploughing. While ploughing along the contour lines, water does not run down the slopes. Then the next one is terrace farming. That means creating steps or terraces on mountain slopes to carry out farming activities as shown in the picture. The third one is strip farming, that is alternating crop rows between heavy rooted plants and loosely rooted plants to minimize soil erosion. For example, strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. The last one is shelter belts farming. Planting one or more rows of trees or shrubs provide shelter to the crops from the wind and protect the soil from erosion. This much only about this chapter. Now we can memorize what we studied today. Yes, formation of soil from the rock. Classification of soil. We have 6 types of soil mainly. They are black soil, laterite soil, alluvial soil, forest soil, arid soil or desert soil, and the last one, red and yellow soils. To memorize these types, we can say shortly as bluffer, B-L-A-F-A-R, that means black, laterite, alluvial, forest, arid and red. Then soil erosion, its types and causes, and soil conservation. Hope you all understand this chapter well. We can see in the next module with some easy tips and tricks to recollect this chapter. If you like the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications. Thank you.